My name is Alexis Chute, and I am the art curator at the Multicultural Heritage Centre in Stony Plain, Alberta. Welcome to the second Mystery Box Art Challenge. 6 brave artists completed the grueling challenge in which they were each given a box filled with surprising and unexpected materials. And they had to use at least a little bit of each material, including the box, in their final artwork. They had 8 weeks to do this, which sounds like a long time, but you can never force the creative process. So I am excited to congratulate on the completion of the challenge our 6 amazing artists: Amynah Pirani, Brenda Lakeman, Brooke Gander, Cailey Mrochuk, Keran Dunnink, and Paige Watt. Join me as we peer into the creative processes of these 6 artists as they open their box and as they start to engage with the creative materials in the formation of their final artwork.
So I've picked up my box of mystery art supplies from the Multicultural Heritage Centre, and I'm ready to get started. First thing we have to do, open the box, find out what's inside. Here we go. You're going to get the first look. Okay, let's see what we have to work with over the next 7 or 8 weeks. Set of instructions, always helpful. Some pretty paper with butterflies. Pastel sticks. Coin roller. A little bit of canvas. Elastic bands. Oh, a puzzle piece. That's cute. Ooh, bits of rubber mat. Great primary colors and greens. Oh, more puzzle pieces. Some Sudoku pages. Cardboard. Sponges. Glue? Well, I'm not sure. Markers. Ooh, modeling clay. Ooh, I like this one. Paint. Tape. Oh, there's lots of little bits of fabric. Oh, some yarn. Oh, I like this. Styrofoam balls. Glitter. Some cute erasers. That might come in handy. More paint. Brushes. Pens, crayons. Pencils. Popsicle sticks. Oh, and a nice collection of rocks and beads. So that's it. That's what's been inside the box. I have no idea what I'm gonna make, but I'm sure I'll have a good time. So wish me luck, and we'll see you again soon. Hi there, I'm Brenda Lakeman, and this is my finished piece for the Mystery Art Box Challenge. So after many weeks of thinking and researching and sketching ideas, I was eventually inspired by all of the birds that have been visiting the feeders in our yard all winter long, and most especially by the birds that return spring after spring to build their nest in the large vine that we have growing over our patio, and how seeing that little bit of nature every single day brings me so much joy. And I was reminded of all the special time that I got to spend with my mom, feeding the birds, watching for birds in our yard as a kid. So all of the birds are made from fabric that I printed with all of the materials from the mystery box. So for example, this dot pattern on the underside of the bird I made with the pencils and the crayons. The puzzle piece made a great wing shape. These stripes, which are my favorite, I made by wrapping an elastic band around a rolling pin and rolling out a few stripes. The ends of the markers made some great circle patterns, and the edge of the cardboard made some extra stripes. And then I incorporated a lot of the materials into the body of the birds. The beaks are made from the wax crayon, the eraser, and the pink pencil crayon. The beads for eyes, and then all the little bits of fabric, the lace and this yellow fabric and the yarn I used to decorate the body of the birds. One of the funnest parts of this project for me was making all of these flowers out of the air dry clay. I was really inspired by my mom's love of flowers and ended up incorporating a lot of her favorites like apple blossoms, poppies, and cosmos. I used a lot of the materials from the mystery box to make the textures of the flowers and the leaves, and used the box that the mystery supplies came in to make the flower pot. If you look closely, you'll find a little nest made from all the bits of paper and cardstock, along with 3 pretty blue eggs that I made using the rocks. I was reminded of how special and magical it was to go outside in the spring and discover a robin's nest filled with all those pretty blue eggs. Overall, this was a really great and fun experience. I really had to pull out all my art making and my craft making skills like sewing and sculpting and printmaking to pull it all together. And I definitely had moments where I was wondering what I had gotten myself into, but one idea always led to the next, and eventually it all came together. I really enjoyed the process. I love my final piece. It brings a smile to my face. I sure hope it brings a smile to yours. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Amynah and I'm from Kenya. I like to do stuff from fabric, and I use kind of flowers, all kinds of materials I can find. I'm excited to open this mystery box. Oh, wow! I was very excited to open the box, and just there were lots of stuff like puzzles that I couldn't figure out what it was for, laces, pens, rubber, everything like that. I'm very excited making the stuff. I enjoyed the mystery box. It was the first time I've ever had the mystery box before. Like I didn't know what to make. Like I was kind of very confused when I opened the box. After opening the box, I was very confused, like what to make. I was so full of puzzles that I didn't know what to make. I just got a book and I started. At first, it was very confused, and then I started making things like never done before. Little Taj Mahal, my first time doing it. Hi, my name is Amynah Pirani. I made 3 pieces of the mystery box challenge, inspired by taking a trip to the Taj Mahal with my family. The first piece was the Taj Mahal, and the inside was beautiful, just completely white. When you go inside, the stones were different colors. The garden was just so beautiful that I couldn't even manage how beautiful it was, like flowers, trees, grass, little bit stones everywhere. The third piece of the Taj Mahal. This is the piece from the box, mystery box. This is the 4 Falimi, and that's our shoes right there. The orange, blue, all kinds of colors.
Hi, my name is Keran, and I'm a stained glass mosaic artist, and I live in Fort McMurray, Alberta. I wanted to try the Mystery Art Box Challenge because I wanted to step outside of the box, as per se, and try something a little different that possibly challenged me. And this box definitely did. I've added all the shredded paper with some boiling hot water, and we'll see what kind of mess I can make here. So excited. When creating my piece, I used a multitude of different techniques. From the paper products that were in the box, I mulched many of them down and made them into a type of paper mache. And then I used some of the foam as the structure in order to shape and hold and mold what I wanted to make with my piece. When deciding how to use the items that were in the box, and there was a large variety of many different things, I knew that it was definitely going to be a multimedia type piece, and that the box would have to be used in many different ways, including bits of the box. So I took some of the paper products that were in there. The puzzle pieces were pulled apart, softened and painted, and that is the clouds in my piece. The foam pieces that were in there are actually used as stabilizer molds for the paper mache that I put over top. I took some of the other paper items, including the box, shredded it, mulched it, added some water, softened it, added some glue and some other things in order to thicken it up, and then I used it as a paper mache over the foam and to shape it into the different bodies that are on the piece. When looking at the piece that I've created, I hope that the viewer will see not only just the superficial with the flowers and the family, but also note that the family could be mom and children, it could be grandma and children. The child is holding a Ukrainian flag, leaving everything that they know. They're on foot, and they're walking into who knows where. And I think that really speaks about where the world is right now in that regard, that their future is really, it's up in the air, it's undetermined, and many different countries are coming together to help out, but I don't think we're doing enough. And I hope that this piece inspires you to maybe think of something more that you can do to help. This could be you. The topic that I chose is more in a humanitarian direction, and I hope that when you look at it, that it makes you think. There's many different dimensions that I put into it, and I'm thinking that it'll mean something different to each person who views it. The name of my piece is The Answer is in the Reflection.
Hi, my name is Paige Watt. I'm Heartfelt Props on TikTok and Instagram. This piece is my submission to the Multicultural Heritage Centre's second Mystery Art Box Challenge. Each contestant was given a box of mystery items, some being traditional art supplies, and some not so much. I was finding it difficult to envision what kind of piece I wanted to create, so instead I focused on individual items from the box and attempting to transform them into something new. This idea of transformation ended up shaping the theme of this piece, which I am calling April Showers. I wanted this challenge to serve as an opportunity to branch out from techniques that I'm used to and try some new ones. When we were told to also try and utilize the box itself, I knew I wanted to try making paper clay. Cardboard and paper were used from the box, which was first soaked in water to soften. Then glue, some of the clay, and toilet paper was added. Oops. Originally, I was hoping to use a piece of driftwood in this project, but since I couldn't find it, I decided to make my own by shaping the paper clay around a hula hoop in the shape of a branch. Next, I crushed up some of the pastels and mixed it with the white paint and added some water to make kind of like a paint or stain. I also took apart the green pen marker and extracted the ink into some Everclear alcohol and mixed that with the Mod Podge to seal it and create the appearance of moss. While everything was drying, I tried to come up with a way to transform the plastic beads. At this point, I knew that I wanted to go with a more natural theme and avoid mixed colors and plastics, so I took some clay and wrapped it around the beads to give them a uniform color and a more organic shape. Then I decided I actually did want some color and used the blue paint. Initially, these beads reminded me of little blueberries, but later I changed my mind yet again and made them into raindrops, which I really think helped tie everything together and add some motion for an overall really cool effect. Another technique that I wanted to try but didn't necessarily have the tools for was latch hooking, so I improvised with more items from the box to create some more texture with this small piece of moss. What I normally use day to day for the art used in my small business is a fiber art technique called needle felting. I'm also in the process of learning to wet felt as well. Essentially, both these techniques involve knotting and locking together wool fibers to create different shapes and textures. I'm not accustomed to making pieces I don't intend to sell as props or home decor, so once I was able to remind myself that I don't need to compare the results of this project to others I've worked on, I allowed myself more creativity and a great learning experience.
Hi everyone, my name is Brooke, and I have been selected as one of the Mystery Art Box Challenge 2 artists for the Stony Plain Multicultural Heritage Centre. I have here a mystery box of art supplies that I will be opening, and we're going to find out exactly what we're working with. I have exactly 8 weeks to make something magical out of this box of mystery art supplies. Not a bad little setup. This is exciting. I can't wait to see what this all turns into. I'm going to go start my planning. One of the most unfortunate things to hear from a potential artist is that they would love to create, but they can't afford to. I believe that creativity should never be inaccessible. One of my goals for this project was to showcase some of the ways that a simple cardboard box or items we find around our homes can be utilized to create various types of artwork. The Mystery Art Box Challenge has been a perfect opportunity for me to showcase some of the ways that, thinking a little outside the box, you can take random household items and transform them into an entirely new world. The Mystery Art Box Challenge has been a perfect opportunity for me to showcase some of the ways that, thinking a little outside the box, you can take random household items and transform them into an entirely new world. As a child, I spent my summers in a workshop a lot with my grandfather, and he would make birdhouses and furniture, outdoor games, all of these amazing things. And one of the things that I loved most about that experience was helping him choose and arrange the miniature things that were included on his birdhouses. So I want it a little bit more than half on the back. Handy dandy hand vacuum. Welcome to my studio. My name is Brooke Gander, and this is my finished piece for the Stony Plain Multicultural Heritage Centre's Mystery Art Box Challenge 2. The title of my piece is Modern Renaissance. The inspiration for this piece is actually inspiration itself. I wanted to create something that celebrates the process of inspiration as well as things that inspire me personally. There is definitely a lot of me in here, but my hope is that when people look at it, they will see something of themselves in here as well. Miniatures are heavily involved in this project because they are something that has always personally inspired me, but I also find that they are a very accessible art form. I cannot thank the Multi-Center and Curator Alexis Chute enough for this incredible opportunity. It has been an amazing ride.
Hey everyone, I am working on the base for the piece that I am making for the Multicultural Centre, and I mixed up some mortar, so that's why I'm wearing the mask. The dust is really bad for your lungs. I probably am safe to take it off, but like just in case. You'll notice the styrofoam in my hair because I have cut pieces of styrofoam that I will mortar together. I can't find a really big block that I can just carve. But I'm going to put these together with some mortar as the glue, and then hopefully that works and I can carve away when it's dry tomorrow. Now I have mixed Mape mosaic glass and tile mortar with Curator, which makes it even stronger.
And it is about the consistency of some creamy peanut butter. And I think I've given it enough time to, like, it takes about 5 minutes to set, and then I need to remix it. And then I'm gonna just glue these guys together. Hi, my name is Cailey Mrochuk. I am sitting in my studio in Edmonton, Alberta, and just enjoying the mess that I made earlier today. It's pretty clean, but there's just a lot of clutter. I tend to save things just for the just in case moment. So I've got a lot of glass. I have ceramics and stuff that people have donated to me from my neighborhood, things that would normally get broken, and I love that I can save them and reuse them. And then all kinds of like random trinkets, jewelry, rocks, more beachy glass, and then over here my pile of paint, and then markers, bullet journaling stuff, glues. I used to tell people my hobby was hobbies, and that's still the case, but lately through the pandemic I have been working on mosaics the most, and I love it. I'm so happy that I found mosaics and that is my medium. I declare. I'm telling you, and yeah, let it be so. It's been a lot of fun. And so getting to do the mystery art challenge with the Multicultural Heritage Centre felt like, yeah, okay, let's do this. Give me the mystery items. That's gonna be fun. And it was. It also was a challenge, hence the name. But I think the challenge for me wasn't like random supplies, because I have been collecting those for decades. It's more that my art practice in the last few years, especially through the pandemic, has mostly been doing commissions based on what other people would like. And so if someone said, could I have a pet portrait? Great, of course you can. I'm on it. Can I have a mosaic of the Alberta landscape, for example? Yeah, I love doing that. And this was so open-ended that I was just like, what do I do? Somebody tell me what to do. My inspiration it came from watching reels of all things, and something came up on Instagram that was some younger kids snowboarding, and it looked like they were snowboarding backcountry somewhere, and I love living vicariously through that, because I will never go snowboarding. But they came to a chasm or like a tunnel, and I thought they were gonna go over it. I was so, like, I panicked. I felt so worried, and they ended up going through this thing, and it looked glacial, like it looked like ice. It was beautiful, but internally I was just panicking, and I was trying to think why. Like, I'm just safely at home watching reels. Why am I having this visceral reaction to something so joyful and fun looking? And I realized it was actually just a trigger from something in my past, and I thought that actually should probably inform the art that I'm doing. So I made a sculptural piece, and I call it The Things We Carry. So it's in the shape of a basket. On the inside are some maybe a little more scary, they're not scary, but like maybe a little more nerve-wracking things, and on the outside are some of my favorite things. Show you as I turn things a little bit. Some of the things that I made with the supplies, and also of course a lot of my own supplies, because as a craft and art supply hoarder I got a lot of stuff and I love it all. Oh, you can see the iridescent glass kind of glowing there, and as I turn this it may or may not look a lot more dark blue. And then we're back to the beginning. Show you on the inside what this looks like. There's just a lot of details going on, and I love it. So I wanted the inside to look kind of pokey, kind of like do not touch,
And then some of those black things I made with the clay. My son actually hates them a lot because he has, oh gosh, I can't remember what it's called, but it's an irrational fear of things with holes in them. And it is a diagnosed, like, he's not diagnosed, but like it's a diagnosable fear. And some people just really hate that. And I even had a bit of a reaction. Sorry, that's my dog running around upstairs. I even had a bit of a reaction myself, thinking, ooh, that's a little creepy. These trees here actually made out of the cardboard box. And then I kept the forest going, but I made it more of like a things that I created, things that I have created with in the past. There's paintbrushes, pencils, even some felt marker nibs that have, is that the right word? That have died. They're all dried out. For a long time I was teaching paint parties, and so I had to add acrylic paint to this because why wouldn't I? And then a lot of the flowers came from the supplies that I was given, including the yarn here, the pony bead. That yellow flower is made out of electrical tape. This flower here I sculptured myself, and then paper flowers. It ended up feeling like quite an emotional piece for me. Super personal. A lot of things that I just love on the outside, like forests and rivers and oceans and flowers. And I hope you enjoy the piece. I hope you can make it down to the Cultural Centre.
We're fortunate to have Jennifer Ray Forsyth as our guest judge for the Mystery Box Art Challenge 2. Jennifer was the winner of our very first Mystery Box Challenge, so what better person to weigh in on who has created something truly unique and interesting with these new materials. Now is the moment we've all been waiting for. Drum roll, please. The winner of the Mystery Box Art Challenge 2 is... Paige Watt. Congratulations, Paige. Now let's hear from Jennifer about why she chose Paige's artwork.
This work is captivating. It's a mix of organic and industrial forms that seem effortless, even though it's clear each component was very finely manipulated. The elements are raw, and the textures simultaneously contradict and complement each other, but somehow unite in unspoken narrative. The work is simple, but detailed, and the materials have been completely transformed into a whole other world.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to all of our sponsors and donors and supporters for the Multicultural Heritage Centre Public Art Gallery and the Mystery Box Art Challenge 2. Thank you so much.